Alright, so I'm just a stupid dog. Okay? This is going to be a really hard take because usually it's the producer who's feeding me my lines and making me read his bullet point scripts. But this time it's a weepy, drunken the man who's dictating what I should have to talk about. Okay? This is what the man dictated. He says, the hardest thing, this is the man, he's weeping and crying into his booze. He says, the hardest thing to ever put up with the dog is the most hardest thing you're ever going to have to go through. And I'm a stupid dog, mark my words, that this all comes from the fact that Madam Yes got remarried. Or, the man was never remarried to her. The man and the Madam Yes were a big thing for a long time. She floated into his life. She floated out of his life. She floated back into his life. She floated out of his life. She floated back into his life. And, I'm a stupid dog. And remember this, the little girl dog was all part of this. I had my heart broken by the little girl dog. I don't have no balls. So, and the little girl dog was never fixed. So it was like a mismatch thing. And I'm not a big dog, but I'm like a 50-pound dog, and she's like a little 3-pound dog, so I don't know what was going to ever happen there, but I love the little girl dog because of her panache, her pizzazz, her fortitude, her presence, okay? The man loved Madam Yes because she got a boob job and she always kept her weight down. She trimmed her punani pretty nice, you know what I'm saying? She had big alveoli surrounding her nipples. That's why the man loved her. She was pretty in the face until she got a little old. Then she had the remembrance of being pretty, but she wasn't that pretty. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a stupid dog. Anyways, I don't know how many times Madam Yes was married. She floated in the man's life. They were a thing. They were an item. They were bound. They never got married, but they were bound. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, he went off with other women in the intermediates, but Madam Yes was his one big love that, Anyways, Madam Yes, and this is the thing about the dog post. Remember, we float in and out of reality. We float in and out of time, space. So we already made a take about how the Madam Yes showed up pregnant from another man who she remarried. And the man, he brought her in there and he banged her because she wasn't showing that big because he thought, you know what? The man literally told me, he said, my belly was as big as her belly, so what, am I going to hold it against her? My big giant beer belly was as big as her early second trimester showing. He banged her. The man's always having dreams about her. He's always like, they're together in his dreams, then he wakes up and he starts weeping, crying because he realizes that she's already left him and moved on. She's with the new guy, and she married the new guy. She's having the new guy's baby, and she's like 47. How are you going to have a baby when you're 47? Nobody knows. It's all right. Don't worry about it. So anyways, he looks at me, he's like weeping and crying. He says, I'm going to say this, the dog. When a woman tells you deep down when you're having this romantic thing and you're like, she's trying to let you down easy and she's been holding it from you and she's letting you live your life because you're building up to something and she doesn't want to cut your legs off from under you. And then she says, I'm sorry, I have to reject you. I don't want to be with you. No matter how much you love me, I don't give a rat's ass. I don't love you. It just blows up your whole world and it rips your heart straight out of your soul. The dog was like, the man. and listen, the sun also rises. And the man's like, no, you don't know, because you don't even have no balls. Plus you're a stupid dog. You don't have that much mental acuity. When a woman rips your fucking soul straight out of your heart, or she rips your heart straight out of your soul, she pulls it right through your gizzards. She turns your lungs inside out. She sticks a hot probe up your whatever and pulls it out the other side of your duodenum. Come on. It's like she's roasting your small intestines right in front of you and then she wants to feed them to you afterwards. She's making the man's small intestine soup and she's saying, you're going to love this. And you're looking, you're like, oh my God, from the pot, there's a trail of slimy intestines along the floor. It goes right to my belly. Then she serves it up. I'm supposed to eat it. I'm supposed to slurp it up like spaghetti in the cartoons until I slurp all the tension, all the slack up, and I'm slurping, pulling it right out of my own, whatever you say. Pulling right out of my own guts. I'm pulling my own guts out. That's what these women, they want to do to you. They want to make you pull your own guts out for them. They're not happy till they're wishing you could pull your own guts out of your body for them. But whatever, it's all right. Don't worry about it. I just was like, hey, stupid dog. I didn't realize that humankind even has to go through this kind of bullshit. I was like, you know what? I thought the worst thing that happened to you was when, I thought the worst thing that happened to you was when your football team collapses. Like maybe your football team had signed Aaron Rodgers and then he had an Achilles heel break right away. And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe it was so horrible. But you knew the Achilles heel break was the best season you were going to have out of the two with Aaron Rodgers. The full season with Aaron Rodgers was much, much, much worse than the Achilles heel break. How do you go figure? Or you think, you get rid of Baker Mayfield and you bring in some kind of a perverted wackadoo freak and you give him $230 million guaranteed. And then it turns out he's much, much, much worse than Baker Mayfield. I mean, can you help me out here? I don't even understand how we got here. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is with women, the man was saying. The man, it's not me, I'm Alex Stupid Dog. The man was saying, that's how it is with women. You think you're in this loving relationship, you're going to build the future, everything's going hunky-dory, you think everything's okay, you think you're making her have these wet, sultry orgasms and she's happy and you got some stashed away things, you got some properties, you got some irons in the fire, and then one day she says, hey, guess what? Everything you ever thought you knew about the world, it's erased. Heretofore, I'm leaving you and I want half. And I'm like, stupid dog. I looked at the man. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, that's what they say. They say, hey, everything you ever knew about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is over heretofore, and I want half. I want half. Half? What half? What do you do? I mean, you were pretty. You sat around. You didn't go out and work every day. You stayed around the house. I mean, half? Half, you said. Half, I mean, maybe 33%. Half? How do you get half? Plus, they stick you with the worst half. They stick with you with the most debt-ridden half. They stick you with the most shaky half. They take the choicest half. It's like you get a half. You got a T-bone steak right there, and you got she gets the filet mignon. She gets the porterhouse or whatever it is. You get the gristle and the bone. What? That's half? She goes, it's half by weight. It's half by weight. Take your gristle and bone. Get the fuck out of here before I kill you. Before I skew you. Whatever. That's how it is. Don't worry about it. I'm a stupid dog. And the man was like, I can't believe. We're like, no, man, fuck up. Stop the bullshit. Listen, the man, long before any of this bullshit will ever matter, you will be dead. You'll be dead before you have to worry about it. And the man's like, whatever. Go scratch your ass, the dog. I felt the man was coming around. I thought he was toughening up a little bit. He's like, you know what? Go scratch your ass, the dog. Whatever. It's all right. Don't worry about it.